What's up, guys and girls? This is Timmy and welcome back to Factorio. So it's been quite a while since I've recorded on this last. More for you than me, because I did record an episode and buggered up the recording, and the resolution came out in like 1680 by 1050 or something ridiculous like that, and it was all squished and horrible, and I didn't want to put it out there. So first part of this episode, we're going to quickly run through what I've been doing since I last did an episode on this. And then we're going to get into blue science, because blue science is way overdue for this base. I have come a long way on this base without implementing blue science, and I am sick and tired of having to carry the blue science back and forth. And here is problem number one, happily running in at the right moment, which is that the biters are running amok at the moment. My pollution has spread out a long way, and there are some huge new bases which have developed in my area. So as soon as the next episode after this, I think, is going to be focused on security, because it's about time we defended our borders, because we have been getting our asses kicked. And as you will see as we do this little tour around the base, I have an absolute shit ton of turrets around at the moment. The other thing I've done, which I should have probably sorted out before I did this, is I've actually got a car now. Let's go and grab a couple of bits of iron while I fill you in on what's been going on. And we'll make ourselves up a car so that we don't have to wander around. That's right, we've progressed from using our legs to using an automobile. So how great is that, everyone? Okay, right, so while that's making up, so the first thing I did down here, or the first thing I want to show you down here, is I've had some issues with my oil processing. Mainly that I came down here and it seemed that my light oil cracking had gone. I remember putting it in, so I'm pretty sure I did it at one point or another, but it vanished. So I was clogged up with light oil, and because of that, everything shut down. I had no plastic production. Oh, what are you destroying? That's not too bad. Yeah, I had no plastic production, and the base was kind of shutting down, so I had to come down to fix this. And while I was down here, I've added in some defenses. I literally just put this in not that long ago, so clearly that was a good idea, because the last thing I wanted was biters running amok amongst all my pipes and everything, because I would never remember how to put it back together. Other issue we are starting to develop is we are burning through our mines quite quickly. As you can see, this one has now shut down, and this one is still got quite a lot. These are pretty big deposits, some of these ones have got, but at the rate that we are producing now, we are going to burn through that pretty quickly. So that is something. I think what the plan is somewhere down here I'm going to end up with a big railway depot, which is going to be bringing in materials from all over the map. So that's going to be coming up in the next few episodes, I would have thought. So, we've got our car now, haven't we? So let's plop down that, wherever that ended up. There it is. Boop. And, oh shit, have I got anything on me that I can fuel this with? I got a bit of wood, that's fine. I remember now, I know how to get into the car. It took me freaking ages to figure that out the other day. Other thing I've done is I've been messing around with iron production, because iron production really wasn't keeping up with the base now that I've sort of expanded production. So I doubled up on my smelters and doubled up on the iron feeds coming in. I am now fully tapping that iron deposit over to the right. We're going to have a look at that in a bit. And I also have another iron feed coming down here, which is just cleaning up a couple of deposits, or small deposits, that were up near the original base. So it's a bit messy, but it'll only be a temporary feature and it will get removed. As you can see, I have turrets absolutely everywhere now, and they're all getting damaged because the biters, as I say, are running amok. I've doubled up my steel production. Started using some red belts just because I ran out of yellow belts and I didn't have any being produced, so I just started using red belts with the view that eventually we will go to blue. And as you can see, steel production, which was really struggling before, is now maxed out, so I'm pretty happy with that. What's going on with this belt? Oh, that's red chips. Ooh, red chips are struggling right now. So have a check on that in a bit. Anyway, so coming up here, so say we have this ridiculous long iron ore feed here, which is just bringing down the iron ore from the original base and using that, what's left of that up. And then I've also tapped this one over here, which I mean, this is quite a decent size one, so it'll take a little while to get rid of it, but once that's gone, that will allow us to expand the building base into this one. Other than that, as you may have noticed floating around, we now have robotics. So the robotics network is set up. Now that is what I did in the episode I lost, which was set up the robotics base, which I'll show you in a bit. But the robots are kind of running around and doing some work, which is quite nice. Other thing I've done, as you'll notice, I have a massive accumulator box. So what this is doing is this, when I have excess power available, these get charged up like big battery banks. And then, because the problem I was finding is, if I hop out of here for a second, although I had enough production, what I think happened is when, as soon, I have now 278 laser turrets. That's quite a lot to say. I haven't even started my full defenses yet. But when one or a small number of these fire, I think every single one activates. So what you'll see, there you go, they were firing then, and this will suddenly ramp up to like 20 megawatts. So what was happening was it was shutting down the rest of the base because the base couldn't keep up. So these accumulators provide a little bit of excess capacity when it's needed for my defenses, and I've done some other things with power which we'll get to in a moment. What else have we done? You'll notice the other thing I've done over here, so I come over here, is this coal deposit here is actually starting to run down fairly significantly, although it's still keeping the belt fully stocked, so that's pretty good. What I've actually done up here is I have begun building a solar array. So it's not huge. This will obviously just continue in this pattern further down, and that will hopefully take a little bit of pressure off the coal deposit, because I say I am a little bit worried about the amount of coal I've been burning through of late. I have a slight issue with this, which I haven't figured out why it's happening, which is it feels like we're in the middle of the day. But what I want to happen is I want my solar panels to run at max, and then the steam engines to make up the shortfall. But it's actually happening the other way around, where the steam engines are running at max, and look at that, I'm consuming 50 megawatts. That's pretty crazy, but I think that's where my turrets are on at full bore. But it's working the other way around, so I'm not really sure what's happening with that. And that seems to have been, like, you can see the solar panels during the day, they're only getting up to about 50% capacity, so I don't really know what's happening. But let's say they are at peak capacity right now. We are in the middle of the day, so I don't know why they're not running very well. I don't know if it's something to do with me not maybe having them connected up to enough power, so we just experiment with that while we're up here. We're going to run a second power feed down to the base and see whether or not that solves us any problems. Right, so let's do that, and it's going to go down a little bit, leave space for the for me to continue that that solar array further on. There's one down here I can hook it up to. Yeah, I don't know if these poles have a capacity or not, but maybe that is what's happening. No, they don't seem to be going much higher than that. Or maybe it's winter or something, I don't know. When I get a chance, I'll have a look on the internet and try and figure out why that's happening. So yeah, so as I say, some work on the power. As you can see, I had to put in a lot of defenses around that because they were just constantly attacking. That was mainly down to the fact there was a couple of new bases that spawned over here, so I cleared them out and then set this up. This is not the start of the Northern Defence War, which I've talked about before. That will be coming in the next couple of episodes. Some biters still heading up. Oops, crashed into that and damaged my truck. Yeah, laser defense is making short work. Before I cleared out those two bases, though, that was getting an absolute battering. So that was no good. So what have I done down here? This is not the end, as you can see. I just haven't gone any further, but the bus will continue beyond this point. But what I have now is the robotics factory, which is what the last episode was about. And this is basically, look, the little construction bots coming to fix up my car. How nice of them. So robots are being produced here at a rate. I kind of screwed up a little bit here because I've done two of these and only one, or two of each kind of these, and only two of these in total. And these produce at the same rate as these, so I really needed 4 of them, so I might have to change that at some point, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that, so we'll leave that for now. I also haven't set this up so it automatically loads into a although actually see, it's red chips. I'm going to have to go and see what's going on with red chips. Maybe I'm just overusing my red chips at the moment. Yeah, I haven't set up the production of, what am I talking about? Not production. The what I want it to do is I should have it loading the bots straight into one of these so that they then automatically go to work. But I haven't done that. But that's fine. For now, I can just manually tell them to go to work. Did I pick up some more? I feel like I picked up some more somewhere. No, maybe that's all of them. So we have a few construction bots. They're not really doing much in terms of speed. They're pretty slow, but we have a pretty decent setup here. It's not particularly beautiful, but it's doing the job. So basically what we've got here is robot frames being produced here, then logistics robots and construction robots being produced. Down here we have the roboports being produced. What are you waiting for? Probably more of those, I'd imagine. 45 advanced circuits. Yeah, that's probably chewing through advanced circuits pretty well. Here we have repair packs being produced in their millions, because I forgot to restrict the chests on these, so there are millions of them, but that'll keep the base repaired nicely for a while. And down here we have all the various chests that are required for the logistics system being produced down here. It's probably a bit overkill. I probably don't need 150 of each of these, but we have them, so happy days, I guess. Oh, I've got another car here. Let's pick up this car. My only problem with the cars is I keep picking them up, I keep making them and then completely forgetting where I leave them. So that's a bit annoying. Anyway, right, and so that brings us back round to here, which is where, as I said, I'm fully tapping out this iron deposit right now, but there's still a lot left here, so this will keep us suffice for a little while, so we don't need to worry about the trains and all that. Oh shit, what's being destroyed? No, it's only a turret, that's fine. Yeah, we don't need to worry about the trains and things like that being sorted out for a while. I also believe that, actually, just on the note of that, I've got some more of these here, turret being destroyed, that these should be able to fix it. I have set the turret construction, or the output for the turret construction, as a provider chest, so I'm hoping the construction robots will actually go and pick them up and rebuild them. Although this seems to be implying that it's not. I don't know. Anyway, we'll just hope we've got enough turrets for now to keep the base safe. They did break through into one area, I think it was a base, construction base, and they ran amok for a little while before I could get there, so yeah, that was quite upsetting. But anyway, I wonder if the red chip slowdown might have just been down to the fact that I didn't have any plastic for a while. That's interesting. The copper coil production doesn't seem to be keeping up very well. I don't know, it kind of is. It seems to be running at max, but maybe I'm just not producing enough red chips now. Also, why is the buffer not working? Did I put this? I had to move the. That's why. Yeah, there you go. That's what's happening. The buffer was stealing all the chips and it wasn't putting them back out on the belt. So hopefully that should sort itself out now. And that buffer will do its job. We've built up a buffer and now it will feed the belts and hopefully keep all the factory producing for a while. Anyway, so that's kind of a catch up on where we are. I think that covers off pretty much everything I've done. Probably. Yeah, sounds about right. The other thing I wanted to have a quick look at is, have I got blueprints yet? Oh, I do have blueprints already. Oh, awesome. That's fine. Please excuse me. Yeah, because the reason I want blueprints is when I start doing the defences, I want to use blueprints and construction bots to do that. So the other thing I am going to need to get is the personal construction robots, which are... I might not have even got to the point of unlocking them yet, because I think I need to unlock the power suit or whatever it is. Follower robots, that's not quite what I wanted. It's combat stuff, so I don't need to worry about combat stuff. Character logistics, robot carrying stuff. Follower count. Oh, weird, where is the... I've already unlocked it. Personal robo port thing is what I'm looking for. It's really annoying when I do this in the episodes and I come back to edit it and I see it instantly. Well, let's just assume we need blue science for it and we'll figure that out later. Right, so without further ado, we're going to crack on and get the blue science. I think I've got probably most of what I need inside of my inventory. So blue science is the most complicated. So we need batteries, advanced circuits, smart inserters, and a steel plate. And of that we have none. So we're going to need to bring some more stuff down from the main bus for that. We do have the normal inserters, which I'm thinking I'm going to use because I think 3 inserter plants is probably enough. So we're going to have to make blue, and then we use blue to make green, so it's not too complicated to do that. Annoyingly though, everything else I need is on the other side of these factories, which is kind of a ball ache. Ooh, they got destroyed, those 2 turrets there. Maybe actually I should just make my own, because I can just feed them one into the other. Right, where's blue science gonna go? I think we're gonna put it here, down in this area here, because the only last one after that is purple science, and I don't need any real space for that. I just need an assembler and a box, pretty much, or maybe 2 assemblers. Right, so let's get everything else we need down here. So green circuits. So do we need red circuits for anything? Oh, we do. We need it for the general blue, don't we? Okay, so we need to bring red down. I'm kind of wondering whether I should maybe turn this into a green. I was gonna say turn it into a green and red. Oops, shit, what was that? No, it's just another turret. Whether I should just bring a green and red circuit line down. I don't think I need a whole belt of green circuits really. Do I have any belt? I'm starting to get into a bit of a mismatch of having yellow belts and red belts around, but that's fine, because as I say, sooner or later there'll be an incredibly exciting episode where we upgrade all the belts to blue. I didn't want to do that, did I? Let's put a splitter in here somewhere. Probably put it there, maybe. And then, is that going to work? Oh, it does work. I have to go and clear that belt before we do much more, though. Ugh, ignore that little bit of red belt. So if we do it here, I can probably live with having the iron in my inventory. Ooh. I'm going to always dump it back into logistics now that I have a massive amount of logistics. I'm going to dump a couple of those. I don't really want all those green chips. They can get put into storage. Those last ones. Right, okay, so now we have that. I'm not sure how I'm going to actually... Ooh, what the fuck? How did you get through everything? More importantly, where's the closest defense turrets? I have to investigate where he came from. Come on, come grab a load of stuff out of my logistics. There we go. See all these little slow-ass drones coming everywhere. Hey, where are you going? You're not coming to me? No. I guess they maybe were and then they ran out of charge. Seems to happen a lot with these drones until you get them upgraded. Okay, right, so that's got that on. I don't think that's going to screw anything up here. No, it should be fine. Right, so we're going to make them from scratch. Oh, we need iron plate as well, don't we? Not iron plate, iron gear wheels even. I'm kind of tempted to use this space here actually, because that way I can just take the feed straight off this belt here. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Right, so the other thing we're going to need is batteries and steel, I believe. Batteries and steel, and that should give us everything we need raw materials wise. Yeah. Okay, where's my battery feed? There's batteries and steel, of course, it's all the way up there. So let's we're gonna merge them into a single belt, I think. So we need to I'm sure it's oh, that's gonna be the blue belt eventually. Oop, not blue belt, blue circuits, or super advanced circuits, God knows what they're called. Split that and that'll will go to there, won't it? Yeah. To stop that from contaminating the plastics belt. There we go. And I'm not sure how to merge these. No, that's not a clean merge. So you can do merges like that where you, as long as this belt's full, it will probably force its way on and ensure that batteries are on one side and steel. But as soon as one of these belts becomes partially, or not fully full, if that's a good terrible English probably, but yeah, as soon as it's not fully full, it will start putting the wrong things onto the wrong side. So we don't want to allow it to do that really. Some more underground belts. So if we do that, and then we're probably going to need to sort the same out with copper. Help if they were the right way around. There we go. And there we go. Now that's a clean. It will be. There's a clean split, so that puts the right things on the right side of the belts. And might as well just do this. Probably about as tidy a thing as we can do. And there. Right. It's kind of a shame it's nowhere near the actual feed that I need, but there you go. Do that, the easiest thing, and that should have now everything we need to make that. So let's just double check that we're not being crazy. And batteries, yes. Red circuits, yes. Inserters we'll come back to, and steel plate, yes. Inserters is just iron and green, iron and green, and green. Yeah, so we've got everything we need now. Right, so probably have to move the oil line. Let's do that now so we're not worrying about it later. Yoink. And where does it link up to? So let's might as well go out as far as we can. And just do these because I'm going to need these pipes back. Put that in because I know what I'm like, and I'll certainly forget to put that in later. Right, here we go. There we go. Right, let's give them a bit more space so we don't. Yeah, alright, come on then. I don't know why they do that. They kind of like, when I walk away from that, oh, fine, fuck you if you're going to walk away. But it seems a bit rude of them. Anyway, right. So we need green and we need iron as well. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off by building. I'm kind of wondering if I think I can get away with doing. Just put this here, there, there. Maybe. So that's going to make iron gear. That's going to make yellow. Oh no, it can't because these need iron. Oh no, they don't need iron gear. Nice. As long as the last one doesn't need iron gear, we should be good. That's a smelter. That's the wrong thing. And no, that's just right. So we need to get green into there. Green and yellow and iron, and sorry, green, iron, and oh no, just green and iron. That's fine. And just green and iron, and just iron. Oh, that's already getting iron, so that's fine. Okay, so how are we going to get the green? It's only that we're worried about the output on, isn't it? So we'll probably do this in a fairly snidey-esque way. I feel like this is too simple and it's not going to work. But let's see, it might do. We don't need iron for anything after this. So it's only these and the red circuits we need for the actual final product. Where's my belt? There. And split that at the right point, which that wasn't. Well, that last of my red belts. I had bloody millions of red belts at one point. I guess I've used them all now. So you don't need green, you need green, you need green, and you need green. And that, I believe, should function. Use these. I got I got these at some point, which are the giant substation things, which are really nice. It's a shame they're not actually hooked up to anything though. Would feed from a big one anywhere. Okay, so you. Okay, yeah, you're working. Yeah, they're working at a pretty good rate, so that's good. Right, so now we need. Make up a load of those and ooh, I keep seeing the drones and thinking that they're biters. It's really disconcerting. Not really any way for me to split these right now. Kind of feel like two of these making the science should be sufficient. So we're gonna try and make it so it's possibly scalable in the future. Could be it's annoying because I have these green advanced circuits which are on the way. What I'd like to probably do is stop them green advanced circuits there and yeah, there's not really any way I could do that without using smart filters, and I don't really want to do that. Let's just do that. There we go. Right, so that's putting there. You know what? Why not? We can make it work. I don't know why I don't like it. It seems like a fairly eloquent solution, but I just don't like using these smart inserters. Not for doing this kind of thing. I don't know. It doesn't feel eloquent. Oh no, that's awful. Stop. How do I? There we go. I need them to be going onto the opposite side. Start again. How do I do this? Do it by making it even less eloquent. There we go. Right. So red onto that. There we go. And then actually we don't need to take that any further. Oh, let's get rid of one of them. Gimme. There we go. Clean the belt. And there we go. There we actually now have our clean blue science. Just be careful we don't get too close to the chip plant here. That's as far as we need to go, because now we can just start plonking these down. I'm actually going to put 3 down, as I've actually made it so it is somewhat expandable. We might as well take advantage of that. There. Do we have any long arm inserters on us? Probably not. We are making them, but as always, I cannot be bothered to walk all the way up there and get them. And here we go. So I'm going to double up on these as usual. just to account for the fact that they are a bit slower. Extend the belt. And I don't think we've got space for substations. What are you lot coming for? Can you pick up my crap? To there, and then right, and then these just need to make the blue science, and we are pretty much there now. There we go. Only last thing obviously to do is to hook it up to the main output. So I want it to be end up, because I want to just stick the purple. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. Let's just do it this way. I was going to say I wanted to make it so that the when I come to do the purple science, I can put it onto the right side of the belt easily, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think. I don't think we're going to need to extend green science. Green science seems to be keeping up nicely. And we should be in business. Oh no, just one last little bit to put in place. One. Come on, green. There we go. And there we go. Green, blue science being produced quite quickly, actually. How quickly does it produce? Quick enough. That'll keep the research labs going, I think. And in fact, while I was here, I was thinking I would extend the research labs down a little bit, just because why not? I think if I... Is that going to be in the way? No, it shouldn't be. Oh, damn it. Knew this oil pipe would be in the way here. Just move it down to here. Like so. Actually, you should have millions of iron, so yeah, we can make some more of those up. Always got to remember to hook this back up, because if I don't, my entire base shuts down, which is obviously something we want to avoid. Wait, did I really only make one? I thought I made loads. Oh, I did. It's just they weren't all in the pile for some reason. Oh, I didn't put it down far enough. Silly Billy, Timmy. Silly Billy. Right. I don't even know if I need any more of these research stations, but as I have the materials to hand, we might as well, I think. And fortunately, I don't think the biters tend to attack these pipes very much, so we should be fine here, I think. Even though they are, and the only time they're going to get destroyed is if they're just sort of attacking them by mistake when they think they're attacking the turrets, which is entirely possible, knowing this game and how it works. There we go, and so blue science is not quite feeding it by the looks of it. Let's stick one more on. What the hell? We have the ability to do so. We might as well do it. Oh, having that. They are cracking through though. You know what? Just do. I want to do speed. They seem incredibly slow at the moment. Let's do speed. It feels so good to have finally got all well, I mean I haven't got quite all the sciences, but the last purple science is pretty easy to set up, so the purple science can just go here, can't it? That'd be the most sensible place to put it. That, and my power poles. There we go. One more. That should keep the research stations going a little bit better. I think it's just because they've been so desperate for them for so long. That is horrific. Let me sort that out. I knew I'd doubled that up somewhere. That's really annoying. I should have enough of these to fix it. Are you kidding me? You won't go to there. There we go. Oil is flowing again, although this pipe is not. I don't know if it's just the volume that's being used at the other end, but it doesn't seem to be much oil flowing through this. How are these doing? Yeah, these are all. They're still producing. 2.9 a second, 0.7. Yeah, they are still working. They are still working. So there you go, guys. I think that's going to bring this episode to a rough closing. One of the things I am going to do when I start doing, sorry, not when I start doing, when I begin the walling off the base and doing the main security, is I'm going to actually wall off all these little individual factories so that they kind of work and they're all a bit sort of their own little independent units. Keep them safe as well. Last thing I want once these things are sort of finalised and ready to go is the dickhead bloody biters running amok and then me forgetting how they're produced. Oh, it's one thing I forgot to mention earlier is I've started collecting up this iron ore, copper ore, as you can see, which is infecting my iron ore thing. So I have this weird filtering system here, which I believe is doing okay. I haven't seen any copper ore making it onto the belt, and the fact that there is nothing in those last two is a fairly good sign that nothing's making it that far. So hopefully that will sort that out. Let's go and have a look one more time at red circuits and make sure that they are producing. Yeah, the belt's starting to back up, but only on one side. What is preventing them from being put onto the other side? Oh, it's just because of the filtering thing, isn't it? That's fine. That's fine. I can live with that. Has it drained all of this out yet? No, it's still stable. That's fine. So yeah, production is good. It's say the buffer's sorted now. Oh, look at all that steel. As I say, between episodes I had so little steel, so nice to see it all there now. Iron ore is still backed up and producing. All my mega belts are producing a stack full of iron. I mean, it's funny, like I'm keeping the belts full, but you can see here like the pace that they're actually moving. They are being used at quite a rate, and actually if I press here we'll have a quick look at production before. So yeah, we are using we're producing 1,100, this is probably a more sensible way of saying that, iron plate a minute, which is quite a lot. We're using a lot of copper coil every minute as well. What are we using consumption wise? 1.1 thousand iron ore a minute. That's quite concerning. A lot less of the copper ore though, which is kind of good because I haven't done anything to up my copper supply recently, which is probably going to have to be sorted in the next one. But I think that's going to do for this episode. I think from now I'm going to be able to use that new blue science to push on and get most of the research done and upgrade all my robotics and things like that. I'm going to have a play around for a bit and make sure I've got plenty of turrets and walls and things like that ready to go. And then when we come to the next one, we're going to be messing around with the blueprints and setting up the Great Northern Defence Wall. And eventually the plan is, thank you for interrupting my thing. We're going to basically end up with a wall kind of across here, another one down here, and then one which is probably going to have to sort of go and sort of dogleg around here. So we're going to like literally claim this entire area, and we're going to have it defended. We'll clear it out of all the biters, then hopefully having laser turrets everywhere will keep everything out. It's just another turret. I'm just going to check on how many turrets have been destroyed down there though, because something tells me they are giving it quite a battering, but I will see where we're at with that after this episode. So for now guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. So thank you so much for watching. I've been Timmy and this has been Factorio. I hope you're enjoying the series and I hope you'll check back for the next video.